Hello, Michael Finn, Holistic Exercise and Lifestyle Coach, and today I'm going to show you a little walking, marching kind of exercise where we're going to loosen up our hamstrings. So I just kind of basically call this a hamstring walk. And so we're just going to stand up tall posture. I'm going to step out just a few more inches farther than the opposite toe. Put that heel on the ground. I'm going to bend all the way forward. And you can either touch the toes on that leg in front with the same hand, or even a little bit more challenging is the opposite hand. Okay? Back leg can bend, but the front leg should be as straight as you can keep it. And then coming all the way up, putting weight onto that foot that you just touched the toes of, and standing all the way up tall. And then stepping out with the other foot, just to where it's right ahead of the toes. So it doesn't have to be in a straight line. So mine are hip width apart. So don't try to be walking a tightrope line. I mean, you can if you really want to, but it's kind of crazy. And then bending all the way forward, touching the toe, and then all the way up. And then the other foot all the way over, touching the toe with the opposite hand, standing all the way up tall, stepping out, heel on the ground, toes lifted up. This way we work the anterior, we get a little bit of a stretch into the hamstring, and then all the way up to tall. So that it's nice and smooth and steady, just one side to the other side. Step, bend, touch, stand up tall, step, bend, touch, stand up tall, step, bend, touch, stand up tall, and then I'm going to turn around and go the other direction. Step, bend, touch, stand up tall, step, bend, touch, stand up tall, step, bend, touch. Just like that, nice and easy. Okay, so that it's nice and simple. Sometimes you'll see people do this and they'll do like a swooping motion with both hands. They'll come all the way up tall and they'll have their hands back here by their rib cage. And then as they bend, they'll swoop down behind their hips with their hands and come all the way through. You can do little things like that if you want to. The big key is that we're kind of getting a little bit of a stretching motion in through the hamstrings and taking them through a good range of motion and getting the body used to elongating that hamstring and then using that hamstring to come up tall. Elongating that hamstring into that stretch and then using that hamstring to come up tall. So make sure that you stand up really tall in between each. One of the things that I see most people do is they come up halfway and then they go right into the next step. It's not a race. It's not how fast you get it done. It's about doing it really well. So stand up all the way tall so that you engage the glutes and you engage the hamstrings, and then you drop down into the next stretch, up tall, and then reaching. Whether it's reaching, whether you do the little swoop with the arms, whatever you like to do. I tend to like to reach a little bit because sometimes I'll even come all the way over and I'll pull up on those toes a little extra, get a little extra stretch. And then all the way up, all the way over, I'll pull up on those toes a little bit, get a little extra stretch. So that I get good range of motion into the hamstrings. And if you can't quite get all the way there, that's okay. You can just go to the shin. All right, that works too. Okay, if you're a little bit tight in the hamstrings, that's perfectly fine. So, and it looks like just like this from forward. So you can see my feet are not on a line. All right, so it's great little work for the hamstring. It's a great thing to do like in between sets or as a bit of a warm-up before you're going to work out to get those hamstrings going, get some blood flow going, even get the back stretched out and warmed up as well. So, hope you like it. Put some comments down below if you have any questions. Make sure to subscribe and ring the little bell. Hope everybody has a happy and healthy day. Work on those hamstrings and getting them looser. See you in the next video.